Imagine this with me, right? Imagine that you're in a canoe, okay? You're in a canoe and you're on a river, maybe a big, wide, but slow-moving river, right? And you're paddling in a canoe and it's kind of duskish, then the sun's going down maybe a little bit and you're paddling along and it's real pretty. But all of a sudden, you notice a set of eyeballs poking up out of the water that look like maybe they belong to a really big lizard. And you think, oh no, alligators, right? Or crocodiles. And you look and you see that there's not just one pair of eyeballs, but there's one here, and there's one a little further away, and one maybe a little further away, and one maybe a little off to the side, and kind of one maybe back behind you a little bit. And you've got some weapons in the canoe if you need them, right? But here's the thing. What do you do first? If in fact, and this is a hypothetical story, guys, I'm an animal lover. I'm not promoting here the hunting of alligators, okay? But what I'm saying is, if those alligators all at one time decided they were going to slowly start coming toward the canoe, you with me? What would you do first? Would you take care of the alligator off to the side, a half a mile away? What would your plan be? And obviously, you would take care of the closest alligator to the canoe first, right? Why? It's the biggest threat. It's the biggest concern. It's the biggest priority in the moment because that's the one that is going to be getting to you the soonest. That's going to create an issue for you sooner than anything else, right? Yeah, you got lots of other problems, but this one's got to be handled first. And guys, that is an analogy that we used to use in aviation. We always used to say, the closest alligator to the canoe is this. And what we were saying, and what everybody innately just understood about that phrase, was that meant that has to be the priority. Because that's the thing that we need to be concerned about first, before anything else. Because that's the thing that is going to impact us the soonest. Does that make sense? So the closest alligator to the canoe is a really wonderful analogy for how you and I can prioritize the things that we have going on in our lives. Because listen, guys, we've got challenges, right? Everybody's got challenges. I got them, you got them, we've all got them. And they come in all shapes and sizes, and they come at, and you've heard the phrase, when it rains, it pours, right? A lot of times it seems like our challenges all seem to kind of coalesce at one time. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes it's feast or famine, right? Sometimes you're like, my life is great, man. I got nothing going on. And other times you're like, man, I am drowning in challenges and things to overcome and things to work out and problems to solve and all that kind of stuff, right? The closest alligator to the canoe. That's how you handle it. How do you eat a bear? One bite at a time, right? Handle the closest alligator to the canoe. What issue, concern that you have in your life right now, whether it's your health and wellness, whether it's financial, whether it's spiritual, whether it's relational, whatever you've got going on in your life, number one, what is the one that's going to create the crisis for you the soonest? In other words, if it goes without being tended to, when is it going to become a much larger issue? And the one that's going to happen to you soonest is the one that you should probably pay attention to first. Now, the other thing you have to consider, though, is severity, right? Is which one causes the biggest. So the closest alligator to the canoe, if it's a baby, right, might not be more important than the next one in line who weighs 1,000 pounds. You following me? So maybe what you need to do is take a look at the severity or the consequences of not tending to those issues. Figure out what's the worst thing that could happen in each case, right? Not in a doomsday sort of way, but just hey, if I don't pay attention to this, what could happen to me now? And then you realize that, this is the largest severity, and of the ones with that degree of severity, it's the one that is closest to me, and that's what I need to take care of first. And I believe in my heart that that's how we get out of the sort of quagmire of I've got so much to take care of and I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to tackle first. I don't even know where to begin. I'm just feeling so overwhelmed. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, this is how you take care of it. One alligator at a time, and start with the closest one to the canoe. And that's the dose. Have a great weekend, guys.